Another cool feature with a scatter chart is its ability to apply some machine learning algorithms and identify clusters of data. So let's create a scatter chart first. So let's select a scatter chart. And in this case, also, we are going to simply compare, let's say, the sales value. So I'm going to take my sales on the, let's say, the y-axis and my units on the x-axis. And I have to add the details. So let's add the details as manufacturers once again. Let's add this to manufacturers. So now we have got these nice, okay. Let's add something with more data points so that we are able to visualize it. Let's add product to the details. So now we've got a lot more data points as we can see over here. Okay. Now, just by looking at the scatter chart, we can see that most of the data points are concentrated over here, which means they have small units, amount of units being sold, and small sales dollar figures as well. But there are certain products which are doing much better, and you can just hover on the data point to see the exact information related with that. But they can also be considered as kind of outliers. This one is an outlier, this one is an outlier at the bottom, which has a lot of units being sold but no profit being made, not much sales revenue being made. This is a good one. It has lots of sales revenue and lots of units being sold. And this one is going to be of concern. This is also of interest because this is making a lot of sales revenue, though those many units are not being sold. So this should be of interest to us. So we want to identify these different clusters now of data. Clusters are nothing but categorizing your data, okay, into different sets, so that then we can go ahead and analyze those sets together. Those sets are nothing but based on certain attributes. So what we are going to do is we are going to the top of this scatter chart now, and we can see there's something like more options. If we click on more options, you can see that there's something known as automatically find clusters. So if we just click on this option, automatically find clusters, we are going to get this pop up over here, and it is going to give a name to the clusters, which is product clusters. You can change that name. This is going to be based on your field product. This is going to be your description, and the number of clusters is going to be auto. You can change it to any particular value that you want. I can just go ahead and click on OK, but some background behind this clustering logic. So Power BI at the back end is now going to use the K-means algorithm, which is one of the machine learning algorithms, the most commonly used machine learning algorithms to find out clusters of data. Clusters, as I mentioned earlier, but are nothing but groupings of data, similar data, and they are grouped together by similar characteristics. That is what a cluster is. Identifying a cluster helps us to target that set of particular, let's say, products, or if they were customers, and then we can accordingly design our strategy based on that cluster. So if I just say okay, it is going to do all the backend work on its own, and now you can see that it is working on it. So there's a message displayed that says working on it. And then what it is going to do is create your clusters. Once it has created clusters, you'll see that there is this thing legend at the top that shows you what clusters have been created. So let's again increase the text size to make it more visible. Um, so if you increase the legend size, you can see at the top right here that these are the clusters that were created. So it could identify some similar characteristic, cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there is a cluster that it has created which is called blank, for which it has just, I don't know what it means basically, but it is You just click on that, then it will highlight blank. Okay. So probably it was not able to find some similar characteristics or something, so it could not base it on something. But what we are going to see over here, that it has created 6 other clusters which have been color coded. So there is cluster 1, which is this cluster right at the bottom. Then there's this huge cluster 5, that this is for cluster 5, as you can see, the blue color. Then these are some red markers over here, which is cluster 2. The orange ones are cluster 6, and then you have cluster 4 as light grayish, and so on. So now you can see that it has identified different clusters. Now this is more kind of a linear kind of scatter plot for us now, which has all most of the data concentrated over here. And going over here, you might have different values that you compare, and you might have more distinct clusters that you would be able to visually see. But what it has done, it has gone at the back end and executed a k-means algorithm, identified all these clusters. At the same time, what it has done is, if we go down here, you can see that it has added a column which is known as product clusters. So all this cluster information is now available and as a column, and it can be used anywhere. Before that, if we just go to the dot 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 over here, which is more options, click on it and go to, let's say, edit clusters, just click on that. You will be able to see what it has done. So it has created these clusters, and these are the number of items that it has been able to successfully define for these clusters. So it has created 6 clusters over here. Okay. Now the clusters that it has created, as it has already created a measure for them, store those values. Now we can directly go and that use that product clusters as well. So for these clusters, cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to see my sales values now. So I can just drag and drop and see it over here. Okay. So that column that it has created can be used independently now to be used in other visualizations as well. All right. So these were the clusters it created, and these were the sales amounts for these particular clusters. So now I can base my analysis on these clusters. Again, this is used when you're designing models and doing advanced visualization on data using machine learning, different machine learning algorithms and different tools like R or Python. Okay, so in that case, these things are useful. So Power BI also has this ability in which you can go and identify the clusters and then create visualizations based on that cluster value.